Hey guys, it's Ray from PS Nation, and I'll be reviewing Pistol Whip for PlayStation VR. Get ready to move in all directions with Pistol Whip. The game made its way to PlayStation VR after spending some time on the PC and Oculus Quest. I got a chance to play it on those headsets, and I'm happy to report that this is a very enjoyable title that has made the transition without any sacrifices to gameplay or graphics. I mean, sure, part of that might be because the concept of Pistol Whip is that of an on-rails rhythm shooter, where you move down a hallway and shoot enemies as they appear. You also dodge walls and bullets as they approach. But don't dismiss this as a year one VR experience. Pistol Whip is the same type of game as something like Superhot, except you can't freeze time or slow it down, but you can feel like an action movie star, think of like a John Woo film, as you down dozens of enemies to blasting electronic music. So while this is a rhythm game, where shooting enemies in time to beat earns you a higher score, it's not really necessary to follow the beat, but it can feel great when you do. The first couple of times I played, I just blasted anything that moved, and certainly in the higher difficulty levels, I wasn't giving too much of a crap about the beat. I just wanted to survive. But as I got more comfortable with the timing of the bad guys and their shooting angles, I could time my shots a bit more and earn that high score. Pistol Whip gives you some great options from the start. You can choose the style of pistol you'd like to use, its color, and the sound it'll make. You can also modify your game style with choices like no guns or dual wielding, with the latter costing you a lower score. Now, while Pistol Whip lacks a certain amount of depth, it's the type of game that's designed to be played in short sessions, and even with friends, for score competition. It also makes you move in ways that encourage stretching before playing, as you might be dodging bullets by leaning all the way back. So those short sessions could be a workout in the higher difficulties. So Whip embraces a techno-infused inspiration on the visual side, with a Tron-like simplicity that breathes and moves to the beat of the tunes. Enemies glitch as they animate in, and even your gun has a little distortion, all combining into a very unique and enticing visual style. I've said it many times here and on the podcast, even as an owner of a semi-high-end PSVR headset, I own an Oculus Rift S, I noticed that the PSVR, while showing its age, still has a decent resolution thanks to its sub-pixel tech. Pistol Whip shows this notion off. Since the game is simple enough for a PlayStation 4 to handle, you get to see how sharp a PSVR game can still look when the hardware can run it at a sharper resolution. It's very close to my experience on the Oculus Quest. This game doesn't shut up. It's loud, it's booming, and it wears its musical inspiration with pride. The bass was blaring so loudly that I had to switch to headphones only for the review because the house was shaking. Gun blasts are explosive, and it's great that you can choose from a few options to represent the sound that comes from your pistol. I went loud and booming, but you can also choose a silencer mode. Seriously, why would you do that? Pistol Whip lives in my library as one of the fun games that I play when I have a few minutes and just feel like moving. It's also a fantastic game to have around for social gatherings. What are social gatherings, you may ask? If you're listening to this review in 2040, just look up 2020. Pistol Whip's lack of depth is more than made up for in its engaging, bite-sized gameplay, and it shines most when it's played loud.